Hello and welcome to Science Weather, where everything is science. Today we'll learn about the phishing of email and web pages using which the hackers steals your important information. Okay, let's understand what it is and why it is really important. So, phishing is a type of fraud that you will find in emails and on the web pages, and it can be really difficult to distinguish the fake email and fake website and from the genuine one, and often the fake variant are identical copies of the genuine emails and web pages. So you really need to be careful and understand what it is and why it is. So the purpose of phishing is to acquire your information such as your username, password and credit card numbers, and the criminals or the hacker try to get hold of your valuable information through fake email and fake web pages. So for example, if you are tricked into entering a username and password for your email account on a fake website, the predator may access your login information for other services, example your Facebook or business tools, send or read your and copy your emails, and they can also request information from your colleague or supplier. So you need to be careful while using this kind of hacking tricks. So common method of acquiring such kind of information are that the attackers often they camouflage themselves as a well-known companies or internet service such as Microsoft, Apple and Google. These are the names they normally use. And okay, so often the attackers are initiated by sending an urgent email that makes you think that you need to take action as soon as possible. Okay, and such email generally contains a link that you are prompt to click on it. So never do that. So this is a, as we have understood, so phishing is a type of fraud in the email on the web pages, and it is not a virus and it is not an altered email address. Okay, so you really need to understand what is phishing. So that's right, phishing is a type of fraud in emails and on the web pages. So what are the common method of acquiring such information? So phishing is becoming increasingly sophisticated nowadays, and there are both locally and personally trailer scams running on, and where the attackers use the information they have found about their victims. So you have to be careful on this. So all part in an email can easily be forged. Okay, sometimes you can still see if something is wrong by checking the sender address, and you can check the sender by holding the mouse pointer over it without clicking or pointing at the sender to show the full details of the sender. Okay, for example, here although the sender's display name is correct, the email address itself can sometimes reveal that it is not a genuine email ID. For example, here you can see it is from Apple support, but if you check the email, it is something no reply at fake mail something. So this is how the attackers use the fake email address to take your information. And here is another example, like you can see that okay, this email is coming from Microsoft support, but if you check the email, it may read like a genuine support at microsoft.com, but if you look carefully, here the O of Microsoft is replaced with a 0. Okay, so it is really important that you should be an observant. Okay, you should carefully look into those kind of stuffs. For example, look at the web page address here, it's written google.com. okay, but if you look carefully here, the google.com, so the G is replaced by Q. Okay, and for another example, here you can see that okay, this email address looks like info@ikea.com, but here L is replaced with letter I. Okay, so it's a fake email ID. You have to be observant and careful on this. Okay, so let's come into the next one. So not only do the criminal build fake web pages that looks like a real web page, they also often use the link addresses that are similar to the real one. What are those link addresses and how you may think that it is a genuine link, but it is a not, it's a fake one. Let's learn about it. Okay, so here, if you receive an email containing a link, check the link before clicking it. Okay, check the link before clicking it. And on a mobile device, point and hold your finger on the link to display the true link address. And on a computer, hold the mouse pointer on the link without clicking. Remember, without clicking, okay, to display the true link. For example, here you can see the link may look like google.com, but if you put the pointer on this kind of link, then you can see the link is leading to somewhere else like microsoft.com. So similar thing you have to check in your mobile. If you are before clicking such kind of link, hold your pointer on this link, and then in your computer you can see a preview where it is leading to. Okay, and if you feel genuineness, then only click it. Otherwise, like here it's a fake, don't click here. Okay, again, now let's learn how a fake domain is carried out. Okay, so here it is important to able to identify the domain name in a long and complicated links. Nowadays you can see long and complicated links everywhere. Okay, so that you know that the link leads to a genuine web page. For example, here you can see the legitimate link to a Google page is this one, http w1google.com/index.html. but a fake one here, it looks like google.com, but no, it is going to w1.com/index.html. so if you click here, it will take you to the w1.com. okay, and here is the another one. So the legitimate web page of the ikea.com is something like this, products.ikea.com/a2, but the false link is ikea.com.products.com. so if you click on this link, it will not take you to the ikea web page, rather it will take you to the products.com website. So always the first part of the web domain name before the first slash is the original domain where it is taking. So here it is taking you to the products.com web page, not the ikea.com, because the first slash is the first part before the first slash is the products.com. okay, so you have to be very careful on where it is taking you before clicking such kind of link. So this is where you have to be really alert. Okay, let's say how it is. Another example, it is important to keep the track of real domain name, as we have discussed, which is always listed as a last part before the first single slash in the link. Last part before the first single slash in the link. So here, if you look at the example, the legitimate link to the Microsoft site is office365.microsoft.com/login. So the first part before the first slash is microsoft.com, so it will take you to the microsoft.com, but the second one, which is the false link below highlighted in the red, it will take you to the login4.com, even though it is written office365 microsoft.com, but no, it is a false one. Okay, you have to remember that. And for example, if you want to exercise yourself, you can find out of this 5 addresses that is given which one will lead to a genuine Google page. Okay, so as we have discussed earlier, so the first one will take you to the xo.com, second one will take you to the reallyGoogle.com, third one will take you to the .com.io, fourth one will take you to the security.com, and the fifth one, although it looks like google.com, if you look carefully, it's google.com. So google, the G is misspelled with something like Q, so it will take you to a fake website. That's why, so that's correct. So the google.com is the domain name and the link is therefore legitimate, okay, as we have discussed. So that is how you should able to understand which one is your legitimate or good web page. Okay, so if you in case via a link ends up on a web page that asks you to enter sensitive information, make sure the website is a legitimate one. Okay, make sure that the URL is spelled correctly and that the URL begins with HTTPS instead of just HTTP, because HTTPS is a secured protocol. Okay, so if you are not sure of legitimacy of a page you are visiting, you should restart your browser and enter the URL manually. Okay, like don't click on a link which will take you to the facebook.com. Rather, you can enter in the web address www.facebook.com. So enter manually, then go. Don't click on any link that you get in email and other stuffs. Okay, so good. So you have now learned how to detect phishing by checking the senders and the link. But remember, in some cases, advanced technology is used that makes it really impossible to identify the fake sender and fake links. But here are some tips, keep it in mind. Okay, so the tip is most of these hackers, if you see the link and web pages, it is a poor language and misspellings are common in fraud, because these kind of hackers or attackers, they are generally created with very hastily. So if the message claims to be very urgent, it is an indication that something might be going wrong. Okay, and very important here, never send your password in an email, not even if a well-known recipient asks for it. Okay, no serious organization ask their customers to send such information like email ID and password, and they never also ask them over phone your password and such thing. And if you are asked to send your username and password by email, it is likely that it is a scam. Okay, so if you are prompted your password or code over the phone, again it is a scam. So you really need to be alert, you really need to be vigilant on what is happening to live a very nice life in this digital world. Okay, so in this example, to sum up everything, there are several signs that tells that this is a false email. Okay, for example, if you look at here the name looks like nice, Bent Carlson, but if you look the email address, it is something which is not from Bent Carlson. And again here see tempting one and a link. Okay, great, congratulations, and I hope you have now learned a little bit and about the phishing, and you may protect yourself from the digital hackers. Okay, thank you so much, and if you like, please subscribe our channel. Thank you.